Just a few days ago, I have experienced something quite profound, and I thought I'd love to share this with you. We went to my friend birthday dinner, which was type of like a barbecue, but then we sat at the table and we were having a chat, and it was we really had a good time. And then when we finished eating, the host, friend of mine, she would start picking up the plates from the table and taking them to the kitchen. And the way I am, I just want to join her and help her. And I start taking some of the plates, taking them to the kitchen. And then she said to me something like that. Don't do it. I'm fine. And I persist. And I said, that's okay. I can help you. And then she said again that, she's okay. And then, part of my sort of intuition to help and, seeing the situation, I want to help. And then she said something like this. If I'm at your place, I listen what you want. And then it really cuts me off. And in that moment, something inside of me become alive. Something instantly starts making me very small inside. Something in that moment make me very sad. And in this particular moment, I felt a little bit of like, I'm bringing everything to you, what happened in the moment. And then I felt a little bit ashamed of myself. It was very, very good to observe this. And then I went to the table, I sat at the table, and I almost felt like I was putting a layers of me to protect me. I start feeling I become cold. Not like as a temperature, but I felt I'm kind of immune to feel anything. Means I probably call this, I put myself to the freeze. I freeze myself into receiving anything with the sadness I was experiencing. And then she sat at the table as well. And then I was looking at her and I started feeling how I really felt in the moment. And I could feel I was even upset with her inside. But the most important thing for me, what I experienced in that moment was feeling sad. And because I know this work, I ask myself, what part of me is still reacting? And then I ask another question. What part of me it still wants to be seen, to earn a love? And that was very painful. And why I'm sharing this with you, because at this birthday dinner, I could separate myself. I could shift from feeling all the feelings. I could shift myself from being as this identity that used to be very much me, alive and feeling this way, which, I just did what I just told you. I did those two questions. And then I knew this is just the old program from a very long time ago that kept me safe when I didn't feel that I'm deserving love, when I didn't feel that I'm, lovable, when I didn't feel I am whole. That was that little pleaser, the identity. And this time, I could see that part because this is my work. This is work I do. But for many, many years, I was the identity, like running everywhere, pleasing people, doing things, not being aware why I'm doing that. and not receiving that because it was getting worse and worse. No one could really see me because I was leaving myself to become that person. And I tell you more what happened afterwards. Just because I was aware, I became aware, I could separate myself from that part that used to be me, that used to be very much believing this is who I am. I start sort of softening in my body. I start seeing this friend of mine, she, like her in a different colors, not as, she's that bad person. How could she say things like that to me? I was seeing her like through my own eyes that I need to still see through her, that part of me that believes that I need to, perform and please to earn someone's love. And just simply knowing that, it shifted my whole body. It shifted everything inside of me. And I could still, after that, I instantly could feel the wholeness of me. It was just like, almost like instant. And, rest of the evening was beautiful. I didn't feel this at all. And if there was anything sort of coming back to me, I was just saying, yes, I can see you. This is the part of me that used to, believe this is who she was. But, I know who I am. This is not me. Just simply saying this is not me, it shifted. Okay, and this is what I share with you, but why I'm really sharing this with you, because for two things, maybe you can recognize yourself, like what I just shared with you, that you have been experiencing something like that maybe you start sort of noticing something different. And the second thing is why I want to share this with you, because in the olden days, I could not see that pattern. I was almost like dressed as a pleaser. Imagine like, being a little actor and with the name of a pleaser. And I was doing this over and over. I want to I wouldn't say force myself to help, but sometimes probably I was. I want to just, say good things. I want to say always yes to no. I always want to, yes, I can do it. I can do this for you. Never thinking of me, but thinking of others. And this is such a important thing, because that identity, it can be still alive if I give power to it. This identity can be really strong pattern again if I start believing this is me, and make this friend of mine as if how could she say to me like that? I was just trying to do the good. I want you to notice the direction of the focus, what I did. I wasn't stopped, focusing externally. I just went within. And once I went within, notice the pattern, I stopped feeding that pattern. I stopped feeding that identity. And another thing I like to provide, what comes to me now, is that those identities, those masks, will never disappear. This is the part of like a toolbox of the mind that, it did create for us a long time ago to protect us. Like for me, not to feel that I'm not lovable, protecting me, not feeling that one see me. It was, I was acting as the pleaser and was making me feel good. But once you step out from the stage and you see this is not me anymore, I know who I am. And that's the game changer, my loves. Let me know if this resonates with you. If you had a similar experience, that would be beautiful, because I want to know if you experience something similar. And otherwise, just share with me, where are you on your journey? And yes, and if you're ready to jump deeper to uncover all the layers that is protecting us from our true selves, I'm here for you. Love you so much. Bye for now.